Hi, welcome back. In this class, we'll discuss generator functions. A generator function is a function that returns an iterable object with which we can iterate using a for loop. A range function is a generator function because a range function will return a iterable object. In this class, we will also see how to write a generator function. We'll write our own generator function, just like a range function. Let us start. Okay. Let us look into the range function. Let us create a range object. I'll say x equal to range range 10. Let us say range 10, and it will create a range object. And using that range object, we can loop through that object. We can say for I in x, just say print I. That will print the number. We can put a end construct here so that it will print horizontally. Then also we know that the range function, we can pass 3 parameters. Or let us create another object. Let us say range. The 3 parameters are start, stop, and step. We can pass 3 parameters. Let me comment out this. And let us pass some numbers. Let us start with 5 and or 10 and stop at 100 and step by 5. And then we'll get a range object y, and we can iterate on that object. We can say for let us say I in y, that is the range object. Maybe we will copy the print statement from here. Let's say copy, and with the same with the end construct. If you execute this one, you get the numbers, the consecutive the numbers with starting with 10, because we gave a start as 10 plus the step as 5, 10 plus 5, 5 plus 20, 20 plus 5, 25, and all the way up to 100. The stop is at 100, but we got only up to 95, because if you add another 5 to this, it will be 100, because the range function will go up to 100 but not including 100. All right. Next, so this the y, the object y, if we see the type of y, it says a range object. Type is a range object. Range object is a iterable object. The range function is giving a iterable object. That's why we say range function is a generator function. Next, let us see how to write a generator function. We will write a function very similar to range function. We will call it as my range. I'll start with the definition of the function, and then I'll say my range. My range is my my function's name and the parameters. And the parameters will say start, stop. We'll use the same parameters, and step. We are writing our own range function, and start the function body. I'll create a variable I equal to, I'll assign it as start, right? And then I'll start a while loop while I less than stop, till we reach that stop. Again we have to put a colon, and then here I'm going to write a new statement called yield. We never used so far this statement yield. I'll say yield I, and I'll explain what is yield. I'll say I equal to I plus not 1. We have to say step, because step could be 1 or something different. So that is our range function. So what is yield? Yield is like a return statement. It returns from here. Yield will return from here, and it will return I, whatever the I is, some number. The difference between a yield and a return is when you execute this function next time, it will start from here, not from here. Normally, when you call a function, it will start from here, but because this is a generator function, it will the second time or third time, it will start from here. That is the difference between a yield and a return. Both are same, both are very similar, but the yield in yield, if there is a yield, the next execution starts from here. That's what you have to remember. So this is our my range function. We are calling it as my range, and we are passing the similar parameters. Let us execute this one. So there is no problem. We are able to create the function. Now let us call this function. I'll say R, the range object, and I'll say my range, and I'll pass 3 parameters. Let us say let us start from 0 and up to 10 and increment by 1. Okay, I'll pass 3 parameters, and let us create the range object. Let us see what we got. We see what is R. R is a generator. Oh, it's a generator function. All right. Then let us loop for I in R. I'll say print I with the end construct. All right. And if you execute this one, you get the numbers exactly the way you get it with the range function. See here, with the range function, the same, we got the same. Only the difference is the my range function is not that flexible. You have to pass all the 3 parameters. Whereas in Python's range function, we can pass either 3 or 2 or 1. We can pass a different number of parameters. So the thing is, for that we had to use the concept of variable number of parameters. So right now this is not that efficient as the range function, but this is, I just want to demonstrate how to write a generator function, and our generator function works exactly like a range function, but with the 3 parameters. Let us recap. In this class, we discussed about generator function. A generator function is a function that returns a iterable object. Using that, using a for loop, we can iterate on that object. A range function is a generator function, and we saw how to write our own generator function. Next, we saw how to write a generator function, and we wrote a function very similar to the range function, Python range function. And the important thing is you must remember this keyword yield is like a return statement. But the thing is yield, if you use a yield, the next execution of this function will start from here, from the statement next to yield. It won't start from the beginning of the function. It starts from the statement next to yield. That is the difference between a yield and a return. That is all about generator functions. We'll stop here, and we'll meet in the next class. Okay, thanks.